Hi guys, welcome back. My name is Lynette, for those of you new. I am a Mennonite mom living in Sarasota, Florida, and I do a lot of home-related lifestyle videos. And today's video I'm really excited about. I am going to do another Amish-style cooking video, as you can tell by the title. And I'm doing something that I feel like is pretty common among Amish and Mennonites, but maybe not as common outside of our culture. And that is haystacks. If you have had these before, let me know. I would be really interested to know this. Think of it as a Chipotle style meal, but it's not Chipotle, if that makes sense. This is done with like rice and a like hamburger chili type mixture, and you put cheese, some tomatoes, sour cream, what else? There's a lot of different varieties, but I'm gonna try and make it as to the way I'm normally used to making it. I have my mother-in-law's recipe for like the hamburger mixture, and it's so good. We had some on our trip recently, and I knew I needed to share that recipe with you guys. So I'm gonna do that, and also I'm gonna be doing a breakfast style haystacks. Now, I'll be honest, I have never really had the breakfast haystacks, but I saw it in one of my cookbooks from like the Amish cookbooks, and I was like, that would be really good. So I am gonna make it and share it with you guys. That way, you know, if you're needing inspiration, these are especially good for crowds. Say you wanna feed a lot of people, this goes a really long way because, you know, you start with just a little something and it just like grows into a big pile on your plate, and you don't really need anything else. Like, this is a dish in one, but it's multiple dishes, and you can divide it easily, you know, between other people if you need help making it. So I'm excited to share it with you. I really hope you enjoy the recipe, and if you haven't watched my other cooking videos, I have a lot of those. Also, if you're new, please hit the subscribe button. I would love that. All right, I'm gonna get into the video, and I hope you enjoy it. So I will say, the breakfast haystacks, I feel like my husband's family sort of does that. They would maybe eat like sausage gravy and biscuits with eggs, like say slightly runny eggs. They'll put that on it, and I'm not necessarily used to doing it that way. I'm trying to think if I would have done it. Plus they would maybe put some maple syrup on top. So I feel like they kind of do the breakfast haystack thing, but I've just never necessarily done like the whole thing. And today's video, you could definitely add your own variety to it. So I'm excited to actually eat it myself. I think we're maybe gonna have it for dinner instead of breakfast. I am working on cutting my lettuce and also doing my tomatoes for the regular haystacks. And then I'll start on the dinner stuff, the stuff that I need to like do on the oven. I'll do that in a little while. Okay, I know the lighting has changed, but it's very dark and rainy outside, so I'm just gonna have to work with it. I'm getting ready to make the hamburger part of it, so I'll kind of show you what I put in, and also the recipes will be in my description box, so it's gonna be all written out for you, and so I'm not gonna go into a whole lot of detail as far as amounts and stuff. And while I get the hamburger started, I'm also going to be doing my rice and my cheese sauce. So I'm kind of going to have a bunch of things going at once. I'm using parboiled rice, but you can use whatever kind of rice you want. Getting started with the hamburger chili mixture, you're gonna do 1 pound of hamburger, a little bit of onion, and fry that together. Then you're gonna add 1.5 cups chili beans, 6 ounces tomato juice, or like a 3/4 cup, 1.5 packs taco seasoning, 1 teaspoon chili powder, and that is pretty much all you can put in for the hamburger mixture. It's super easy and it's really yummy. For my cheese sauce, I use a basic white sauce recipe, which is around 1/2 cup butter, or like a stick of butter, and about 1/3 to maybe a little bit more of a flour, and you just mix that together as you see here until there's no lumps, and then you're ready to add your milk. And I don't really measure out my milk, I just kind of dump, but I think if you go by that recipe, it's generally around 2 cups of milk approximately. So I'll just add it in slowly and it'll get really thick, and you can, make it thicker if you want, or runny. But the cheese sauce is definitely, you want it to be runny enough, but not like super thin, because who wants thin cheese sauce? Not me. So just kind of go a little easy on the milk until you're sure that it's not gonna be, too much. And then I also added a little bit of salt, and you can also add in anything else that you feel like. Once that's melted and really smooth, you can then add in your Velveeta cheese, or like I had the Melt Cheesy, which is the Walnut Creek Foods brand. So I went ahead and put some of that in. I don't really have an amount, just put in however much you want. And it's so good, and this recipe will also work for the breakfast haystacks. I do make mention of that later. So the hamburger mixture is pretty much done, and I am crushing some Doritos. The nacho cheese ones are great. You could also use crackers. I'll talk about that in a little bit. So you've got Doritos, you've got rice, the hamburger chili mixture, you've got some lettuce, tomato, sour cream, and cheese sauce. So good. All right, so Nick is gonna show you how to put it together. You're gonna start with your base of rice, and then chili beans, or like the chili hamburger mixture. You can kind of put it in the order you want, but this is what Nick is doing.
Plenty of these.
Plenty of Doritos. You gotta get some greens on there. Sour cream.
That's good stuff right there.
So here's my plate, and I also wanted to mention that a lot of people use like a crushed crackers, like saltine crackers, instead of Doritos. So you could also do that instead of Doritos, or do both if you like. So I absolutely love Haystacks. I should make them more often. It's so yummy. So if you try it, please let me know. Okay, so I'm ready to do the Haystacks that are the breakfast Haystacks, and I'm gonna tell you up front, you'll need the same cheese sauce recipe that you use for the regular Haystacks. So just use that, and I've got that done, and I'm gonna be starting with the sausage gravy first, and also I need to bake some biscuits. I am just using some from Walmart that I like. You could also make your own. So biscuits, gravy, eggs, hash browns, cheese sauce, and bacon. That's a lot of carbs, y'all. I love the Walmart brand buttermilk biscuits, just the frozen ones. They're really, really good. And then I'm beginning to brown a pound of sausage. Use whatever brand you like. And also I am going to fry up my hash browns at the same time. I put a little bit of butter in my skillet, as well as I added a little bit of butter to my sausage. You'll see why later. You probably wouldn't have to do that, but I thought it seemed maybe a tad on the dry side for some reason, and I wanted it to have, you know, a little bit of extra flavor and stuff. So a really easy way to thicken your sausage and turn it into sausage gravy is simply adding flour to the sausage. You can leave the grease in there. That will kind of, you know, thicken it up and help it kind of soak up the flour, but you really don't have to deal with any lumps that way. And I think I put in maybe 1/3 to 1/2 cup of flour with 1 pound of sausage. And then again, I just added my milk until it got to the consistency that I wanted it to be. So the last thing I needed to do was make some scrambled eggs. I also had pre-cooked my bacon earlier, so I didn't have to worry about that at this point because the kitchen was already getting pretty warm at this point. If you live in Florida, you will understand it's not always the nicest to be cooking in the evening. But anyway, I pulled my biscuits out and they looked really good. I usually like to put a little bit of butter on top of them just to kind of soften them. All right, I got it all done. There's the biscuits, the gravy, hash browns, eggs, cheese sauce, and bacon bits. This is the order that I went in. I put my biscuits down first. You could also crumble them if you'd rather do that. And then you put your sausage gravy on top of that. Then you're gonna add your hash browns and your eggs next. And then you'll finish it off with some cheese sauce and putting the crumbled bacon on top of that. Oh, you guys, it is literally so good. All right, here she is. It's quite a pile of stuff, but I'm kind of excited. It looks like a lot of comfort food. All right, at this point, I'm very warm. I'm about to eat dinner, but I thought I'd say thank you all for watching the video. As I said, I will write everything out in the description box as best as I can, and hopefully you guys will find it helpful if you're looking for some ideas. Some non-typical ideas maybe. So hope you enjoyed it. If you're new, hit the subscribe button. I would love that, and be on the lookout for more Amish style videos down the road. All right guys, have a good day. See ya.